Please welcome to the stage, representing the Midwest Food Bank, Director Eric Sheldahl. Eric, come on up. Good to have you here, sir.
Thank you.
And boy, you know how, if you're going to be a guest on a show, it's important to stack the audience.
You know, it's going to be a hard act to follow.
Well, don't even try, really, seriously. But it's great that you brought so many of your team here today. Tell us about, I know this is your first time to...
It is.
And is it everything you thought it would be and more?
It's just about as scary as I thought it would be.
I know, it's a frightening group, really, when you look at the assemblage of people here. It's pretty borderline scary. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about the history of the food bank and how you're involved and what your goal is, and just go with it.
Okay, I love to tell this story. Back in 14, my wife and I were looking through Charity Navigator, a charity rating site, and out of 8,400 nonprofits, in the top 10 was this Midwest Food Bank from Bloomington, Illinois, and other locations. And so we really liked what we saw as far as the stewardship, and so we sent a small contribution. And got a thank you call then in January from the founder, and just filed that, because you never get thank you calls. And so then in 15, the same thing, and they had grown, and I realized more that, you know, all their semis and all their trucks were volunteer driven, and you know, that their overhead was somewhere around 3%. And that they had distributed back then $128 million worth of food.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was from 6 locations in the US. And so sent another small contribution, got a thank you call. And in that call, I guess I asked how we could do this in Phoenix. And 1 month later, we met. That was in February of 16. By September, we had a building. By March of 17, we started serving our first 30 agencies.
Wow. Well, that's a great story, and I'm sure you've made an impact already. Where's it go from here?
We hope so.
How big do you get, and what's the need look like?
Well, the need, of course, is great.
Yep.
And we've been asked why Phoenix. Well, because with 7 million people, 17.4% are at poverty level or below. That's why Phoenix.
17%?
17.4.
Wow.
And so that's why Phoenix. Where do we go from here? Today we're serving a little over 200 agencies. We have a satellite location in Tucson that's serving 20 agencies. I don't see an end to it.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately.
What can people do here and watching at home? What can they do to do their part, as Al would say?
We love volunteers, and volunteers have so much fun. We have volunteer sessions every day, but our big one is on Saturdays from 9 till noon. Our wonderful volunteer kitchen gals prepare breakfast and prepare lunch. And so it's 9 to noon volunteering, lots of fun, get lots done. So look us up. As far as every 501c3 nonprofit needs funds. And so, you know, we're located in Gilbert. We have a website. It's arizona.midwestfoodbank.org. And we literally, because it is for the most part volunteer driven, and it is, the manufacturers give us food, and then we turn around and give the food to the pantries, agencies, churches, at no cost. We can make $100 donate. We can turn a $100 donation into $2,500 worth of food.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, I'm looking here at the graphic. 99 cents out of every dollar donated feeds hungry people. So your overhead cost is incredibly efficient.
It's very low. We have, we don't have a huge amount of staff, and the staff we do have, God bless them, I call them volunteers, because quite honestly, with their skills and with their mindset, they could be in private industry doing much better. This is a ministry for them.
That's great. Well, so how do you get a bunch of them to show up at Friday morning in Mesa with some kind of What kind of coercion tactics did you have to do for them?
Well, it is pretty amazing. I'm very proud. And quite honestly, you know, we had 2 more coming, but we got a couple of loads in yesterday late during the day, and then there was going to be a load coming in during the night, and that had to be unloaded, and so 2 of them chickened out on us.
Oh,
Okay?
well, that's
But yeah, and it just warms my heart to look at Midwest Food Bank and go, you know, 15 months ago, none of us knew each other.
That's great.
You know, and we all are.
Where's the physical building of Midwest Food Bank?
It is at 725 East Baseline Road in Brand X. It's in Gilbert.
Okay.
But we are just across the street from Mesa.
I like that. That's close enough, man. You're doing the great thing. You're
Okay,
doing
brother.
work. Now, your history is you were a pilot. Is that correct?
Well, you know, I developed real estate all my life. I was a pilot, yeah, and I've flown, you know, airplanes and jets and helicopters. I haven't always been a good steward of God's funds. I haven't flown for about 4 years. And you know, we came to Phoenix, and we intended only to stay here for 6 months, and that was 9 years ago.
Yeah, that'll hook you. That's
Yeah.
that's how we all got here, buddy. Especially when you come in the wintertime, you go, this is awesome. It can't be that hot, really.
We think it's paradise.
Yeah, it is.
You know what? We're from Iowa, so.
Yeah, well, this
It can get a little cold there.
This is like Disneyland. Then.
Exactly. Even in the summer.
Yeah. I used to live in Iowa, so I can say that.
Oh, my goodness.
I was asked to leave. Unfortunately, we're going to ask you to leave, not because we want to, but you've got a lot of work you got to do. And
We
thank
do,
you so
brother.
much. And thanks for bringing a lot of your team with us today. I wish we didn't need Midwest Food Bank, but the truth of the matter is, like you said, we got a big valley here, and we got a lot of people that are in situations where they need your help. And God bless you and all your team for being there to help them out. So thank you very much. How about a big round of applause, please, my friend, Mr. Eric Sheldahl.
Thank you so much.
Good job.